Big, tough, strong, and maneuverable, the Viking, like its namesake, may lack plate, but it doesn't need it to win on the battlefield. Welcome gamers to Gamer Guide. I am Rollin in Robocraft, and in this video we'll be showing off my newest series of robot, the Viking series. This cruiser class war machine packs on 6 Tier 10 SMGs and 2 Tier 9 SMGs for big damage output in Tier 9. Its large front body features dual damage brakes and also 8 wheels in a split formation to improve maneuverability. Now it's 950 parts, and this video is going to run on a little bit longer than some of my others just due to the sheer volume of parts that we need to put together in the build garage. If you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, and no longer how long you've been a subscriber, all likes and comments are always appreciated. And I'll talk to you guys as soon as this match video wraps up in the build garage. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that match video. Please give me a like and subscribe and comment if you would. I'd appreciate all that good stuff. And if you're sticking around for the build, we're going to be getting started on that here shortly. I just wanted to show you all the parts you're going to need first to put this together. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is going to be a longer one since there's so many parts that it needs to be put together. You might need to make a note of your timestamp and come back later if you don't have at least a half hour to get this whole thing together. So guys, thanks a lot, and let's head over to the build garage now and get started on the build. Alright, so the first thing I did is went ahead and put my name in. Of course, choose whatever you want to. And what we're going to do is start a little bit ahead here of the arrow and place down purple tier 9 blocks for our core. We're going to go back 13 blocks from the front. Right, and then starting back at the front, we're going to run down 18 along the sides, going back. So we'll go back a little bit further, and this will be for our split leg design here in the rear wheels at a little bit later time. So just run it out 5 further than the middle. All right, now we're going to run some red cubes here on the side. We'll run them even on the back 4, and then we're going to come out a little bit and go 2 beyond on the back. Then leave a space here of 3, and we will go ahead and continue with 2 more, and then we're going to diagonally come out 1 block and run them forward all the way to the end except for 2. So that's what you should have at this point. Now we can go ahead and lift our frame by pressing the period key a couple spaces. Alright, after we have that done, we're going to add 5 blocks to the front of the frame on all those levels, and then we're going to come out 1 more from those 5 we placed. Now in the middle, we're going to add 2 cubes here with 1 space between those 5 blocks and the cube. And then we're going to add 2 of the tetra to it. This will be where the pilot seat goes later on. And make sure they're sticking up and they're not touching the bottom, just like I show them here. Then we'll run these cubes all the way down. And now we're going to switch back over to our red ones and add a little bit more layer here to the outside. And then we're also extending it out a little bit, as you see here. So we have those extra 2 there. And then we'll put 1 there, and this will be part of our wheel well later. And then we're going to run 5 across there, connecting those red blocks. We'll add 1 there diagonally from the front, and then run the red cubes all the way down here to the side. Alright, now we're just extending out a little bit. This will help protect our wheels a bit. And we're going to run back a couple more cubes. And now for a little bit of detail work, we'll add 1 tetra and 1 prism here to the back. Alright, now we're going to add a little bit more in the way of cubes here to the middle. And we'll run this all the way up. And then here on the sides too. Go ahead and add another extension out 1 on the front. And then run these cubes back almost all the way to the end. There we go, just leaving that 1 spot. Okay, we're adding another level here to the red cubes on the back. And here on the side too. We're not connecting these yet, so just put one on top of the other. And we'll come all the way up front. But here on the front, we will run it out and connect it to the frame, like that. And we'll add some more here to the front too. Okay, now we're going to extend out a little bit here on the sides. So we're leaving one from the back, but filling in the rest, and then two from the front. Or the front block that was the level below it. Alright, then we'll add one more there. And let's add a little bit more. Gonna go another level out. And then here on the bottom too, we're adding one to the back, and then one to the second block from the front, and then we're adding one more layer again on the top row, coming out again. And this will help protect our wheels. And then another 4 blocks. And now we're going to add a little bit of detail. Do some inners. This will be for a gun mount. And then a prism. So that's what you should have at this point. Alright, so now we're going to start adding our next level. And we'll put on our red blocks here first. Alright, let's go ahead and add some more prisms to the front here. This will be the front nose of our vehicle. And then here on the other side, we're also going to add some prisms, face the other way. Kind of smooth out the front, make it look nice. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to add some tetra and some inners here to the front. And here on the bottom too, some more inners. And now fill in your tetra. A couple prisms now. And even here on the other side, we're going to add some, just 3 there, and we'll leave those other spots open. Another inner there, one there. And then we're going to put a prism here and an inner between those two, or a tetra between those 2 inners, and another tetra behind it. Run 3 prisms up here on the side, and then 2 more right behind it. One more on top. Alright, we're adding some red blocks. We'll left that divot there so we can add a purple later. Okay, here's just a little bit more detail work. Some inners and 2 prisms. We're going to run more prisms up the side. Alright, let's go ahead and finish our blocks here on top. Here at the back, two inners. We'll go backwards, and then we'll add a couple tetra here on the bottom. Whoops. And then some prisms up the side on both sides to give it a nice point. And on the top we're going to do a similar pattern. But first let's get these blocks in there. Now we're going to run them across that gap we had. And this is just kind of to hide the damage break we created between the frame and the outer left and right wall. All right, we're leaving that hole open for a purple cube. This will be another gun mount. Now let's go ahead and fill in the center here. We're putting one on the bottom there just to have a connecting point across. So if we have a lot of damage on one of our two rear walls or extensions for the wheels, it will heal up a little bit quicker. We're just going to continue up with some detail, put one more inner here, and then we'll run some more blocks back behind it. And then we'll run these all the way down the side here. Stop right there. Now let's add a couple more of these prisms here for some nice looks. And now some inners. And then more tetra here up on the front to polish off the smooth front. And a couple more inner. There we go. And here as well, another tetra here between them. All right, now we're going to add our next level here. Careful where you put the blocks, because we're going to put some more detail blocks here on the back. Got the inner right there. And then a couple more tetra. And we'll leave a spot right before that prism there for a flag. But here on the back we are going to add some more tetra. And then one inner right behind it. We'll add those on later as far as the flags go. Here on the front, a couple more of these inners, another tetra between them, and then another extension here, another block extension out the side. This will end up being our rear spoilers too, to keep those plasma shots from coming right down on our tires is easy. We'll be adding lots of prisms here. Let's go out a little bit further with our blocks and the prism. And then some more inners here. There we go. Alright, that will be our gun mount for the rear. And we're just going to elevate this a little bit. There we go. Helps clear the shots over the front guns. All right. In the back here, we're going to add another middle row. Of course, skip the pilot seat. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's put those back. There we go. And run these up there. We'll put our windows in front of that in a little bit. And then we're going to come back down the sides. All right, now we're going to add some more detail blocks here on the back. Some prisms and then a tetra here. And this is going to be an elevated middle ridge, so we'll add some more prisms here on the side and then some tetra here in front of it. We're not going to go all the way down, just have those four and then a tetra. And then here on the front we're going to add a couple too, and then four of these tetra around it. We'll go ahead and put our pilot seat in. There we go. So we're going to cover him up in a second. And then one of these prisms will fit right there upside down. Alright, so now let's go ahead and run a layer down the middle covering the pilot seat. And we'll add two of the tetra, a prism, and then we're going to run some prisms down the side here too. Alright, we're switched to an inner and we're going to create a middle gun turret, a little bit hardier blocks around it just to keep it alive. You can always do some prism plating there if you want to. I haven't really been doing as much, as bigger blocks are worth more as far as armor, and I think that actually is worth more in this particular circumstance. Alright, and that will just be a covering over our windows, and let's go ahead and get those added in now. We'll start with the inners, and put the inner windows on the outside, and then one cube window here in the middle, and then a prism out front and two tetra on either side of that. Alright, now we're ready to add our wheels on. These are Tier 8 and they're steering wheels, of course. So two to the front, two to the back. And the nice thing about the split wheel design too is it allows us to slide our rear wheels a lot easier and makes us more maneuverable. Here on the back, these are Tier 6 thrusters, and this is going to give us more forward momentum. And now some cosmetic cubes. Don't worry about these if you don't have GC, not a big deal, just something extra. Gives us that exhaust look, which I kind of like. And now we're going to add our flags on. I added one curse and one Robocraft. You can add your country flags or whatever you want to here. And then here on the sides, we're going to add some T8 thrusters. Two of them here, and they'll fit perfectly in that little cove we've built, and also add some more armor to the sides, which is nice. Alright, run radar on top, and now for our Tier 9 guns. Tier 9 guns are going to go on the side mounts, since they're not quite as accessible as the other. I like having our Tier 10 guns, which are added on now, on the top. This will be the most useful for us, and we'll add 6 of them total. One in the center on that mount, and then 2 on these purple cubes we placed. And then finally, to wrap it up, we're going to put one more Tier 10 right here on the front. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed building the robot that helped me get #1 in Tier 9 amongst my Robocraft friends. I hope it does the same for you, get you lots of RP and TP as well. And I'll see you guys in my next build video here on Gamer Guide channel. Later.